Fast fashion makes clothing dirt cheap. But at what cost? Is polluting a river too high of a cost? What about children getting liver problems as a result of drinking that water? These are not hypothetical situations, but instead the reality in Indonesia's West Java. My name is Nyor, and the Citarum River is the primary water source for 28 million people. I and many others use it daily for cooking, bathing, agriculture, electricity, and so much more. It is also used as the main water source for drinking water for 80% of Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. I'm sad to say this, but it is also the first on the list of the world's most polluted rivers. I want you to envision how polluted this river is. Imagine not ever being able to see the water, but instead seeing the trash and dead animals. If you're lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the actual water, you'd see it's not clear, but instead colored as a result of your favorite fast fashion companies dumping toxins into it. It's not just concerning from an environmental standpoint, but for myself, for the people in my village, and the people in the neighboring areas. The results from this drinking water include health problems that are so alarming. A study conducted by the Blacksmith Institute in 2013 found that levels of lead in the Citarum River are 1,000 times worse than the U.S. standards for drinking water. Because people have to consume this contaminated water, they suffer from liver disease and skin diseases such as scabies and other infections. This is a huge problem as it directly impacts the lives of people. The Indonesian government has recognized the public health crisis and is setting out to clean up the river over the next 15 years by committing to a project with over $3.5 billion in funding. In the meantime, there are some areas that have no access to clean water, which causes kidney problems, among other diseases. This causes a decrease in life expectancy, living standards, retirement age, and overall GDP.
The water from the river is the only source of water for 15 million Indonesians. Looking at the problem from a micro standpoint, people develop rashes, kidney diseases, and the worst part is that most of them don't have the money to go to a doctor. From a macro level, the decrease in the average age, the health of the local population, the productivity of the area due to the contaminated water has also decreased their harvest by 50%. So this is not just a humanitarian project, but also an economic one. About $6.3 billion, the equivalent of 2.3% of the national GDP of Indonesia, is lost because of problems associated with health and water. Poor sanitation is the result of at least 120 million cases of disease and 50,000 premature deaths in Indonesia. That has cost the nation $3.3 billion annually. Polluted water shows an economic loss that goes beyond $1.5 billion per year.
While this is not a new problem, the government has struggled to progress in cleaning the river for decades. While they have funding, the government fails to regulate fast fashion companies that are breaking textile laws. The cost of allowing these companies to bring their business to Indonesia is the health of Indonesia's citizens. While the government fails to protect their citizens, individuals will use towels and socks and tie it around the spout of a tap to filter water. Additionally, people boil water before consumption. People spend roughly $7 a month to boil water. Even with these two filtration methods, diseases are contracted at a high rate and an immediate solution is necessary as lives are being lost.
VitaClean is a water cleanser purifier. Based on cutting-edge research in photocatalytic disinfection, the product uses highly efficient metal-free catalysts. Our vision is to alleviate a public health crisis by providing clean water for the people of Jakarta, not just to kill bacteria, but eliminate all diseases and impurities in the water. Product comes in the forms of powder and dissolvable tablets. The reason that we chose these two formats is convenience, because we want to maximize the comfort and experience of our users. So we envisioned that customers would use the powder at home and the dissolvable tablets would be something that people could keep in their pocket for times when they're on the go.
The product comes in the form of powder and dissolvable tablets. Our product works as follows. First, the consumer would fill up a variable amount of water in a container. Pour VitaClean into that container. Wait 30 minutes. And then boom, they have clean, drinkable water to quench their thirst. In addition to that, we're offering consumers the ability to gain 4 different forms of vitamins.
Based on our business model canvas, a few of our key partners will include the World Health Organization and the Indonesian government. as well as NGOs, non-profits, and charities currently operating in the area. A few key parts of our critical path are establishing an appropriate marketing campaign, performing product research, determining how we are going to produce the product, and defining a sales strategy. One of the key resources we will need is the product itself, but we also need to get a patent in order to secure our intellectual property. Our value proposition is quite simple. We are not in the business of solving the polluted water crisis. However, we are in the business of helping people regain control of their health via clean, non-polluted drinking water with essential vitamins. Customer relationships are important and valued by the VitaClean team. This is why one of the customer attention and retention strategies is to educate our customers about the importance of healthiness and how to maintain good health. A couple of the channels we plan to use in order to get our product to the consumers include local shops and markets, as well as charitable organizations that provide people in impoverished areas with essential goods. Our target market includes people who are low income and dependent on the river as their water source, and people whose health has already been compromised by the pollution of the river.
The Vita team understands that in order to obtain success, we need to establish long and short-term goals to determine if our company is headed in the right direction or if we need to pivot. A few of our short-term goals include ensuring that our product cleans water, reduces impurities, and decreases the amount of metal by 99.99% using our new nanotechnology. We also want to have a time frame where water is cleaned within 30 minutes. The next KPI is being approved by the Badan POM, which is the Indonesian FDA, in order to distribute and sell our product throughout Indonesia by 2022. Some of our long-term goals are to create a sales pipeline that consists of a minimum of 100 shops that are selling VitaClean in Java by 2022. Also to increase the standard of drinking water by 60% of the population living in Java by 2025, as well as for all the inhabitants of Java to have access to clean and non-sickening water by 2030. Based on the results from these indicators, we will determine how well our technology is working, if our product is being well received by large entities like the Indonesian government and their affiliates, and if there is a consumer interest in VitaClean based on the number of sales.
While we don't have any direct competitors, there are other products in the market that aim to clean water. There are filters that exist in the form of straws, bottles, and containers. Competitors that manufacture products all lack the same thing. Products have wear and tear, and it's hard to measure when a product is no longer doing its job. People could be using a bottle that no longer cleans water to 100%. These filters only work for cleaning water and cannot scale. They do not help farmers water their crops effectively, for example. Straws, on the other hand, are usually seen as disposable items, and instead of creating more waste that is polluting the river we are trying to clean, we need to create a reusable product. Products with filters simply cannot satisfy this market. Another set of competitors are purifiers. While some purifiers fail in this market because they are too expensive, all purifiers fail because none of them have the technology to actually purify the water for this market. Most are able to clean basic bacteria, but the current filtration method needs to be able to get rid of materials. Only VitaClean has the technology to purify the populated waters of the Citrum River.
After doing some research about our competitive landscape, it was clear that the best way to evaluate them was to read the reviews about what consumers were saying. The product reviews made it clear that many of these products have issues that would potentially make consumers want to turn to another product. For example, P&G has a water filtration device that cleans and holds 10 liters, but the water needs to be consumed within 24 hours of cleaning it. Other products take anywhere from 1 hour to a whole day to clean. Many filtration products aren't effective against filtering out viruses. Many products cause the water to taste sour or like chemicals. And those products that clean several liters in a short amount of time are not cost effective to those who are impoverished.
We are not in the business of solving the polluted water crisis. Unlike all efforts, we are changing lives today. We have no competitors, and through our proprietary technology, we won't ever have any. We are the only product tailored to the impoverished areas affected by the Citrum River. Not only are we the only product that can effectively and efficiently alter polluted water to be drinkable and maintain affordability, we are uplifting those who are caught in the cycle of poverty while we are doing that. We are not in the business of solving the water crisis. We are in the business of helping people regain control of their health via clean, non-polluted, drinkable water.